Coming up on News Live at 6, new details in the controversial aquarium project. Hear the expected opening date ahead.
The third Libyan national charged in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 appeared in U.S. District Court this morning. The judge is deciding whether the defendant's very confession can be admitted as evidence.
Plus, a near-decade run for the Orange is coming to an end. A surprise retirement announcement from SU Athletics. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
The Syracuse Athletics director has announced he will retire in July of this year. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Holdmeyer.
And I'm Cora Mayer-Costa. John Wildhack's retirement comes as Chancellor Kent Severud is also leaving the university. Joining us now to talk more about our top story is our reporter Nathaniel Cunningham.
Nate, what will this retirement mean to the athletics department and Syracuse as a whole?
Yeah, thanks, Cora and Lauren. Well, this really comes at a bad time, particularly if you're Syracuse men's basketball, because if at the end of the season they wish to depart with Adrian Autry, then the university is tasked with finding a chancellor who trusts an athletic director who trusts a head coach. And that can extend really beyond basketball into any other sport on campus. So really, while the departure of Wildhack is major, with the exit of Kent Severud, like you mentioned, it kind of snowballs into what Syracuse can do athletically, guys.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Definitely some big news and some big changes coming to SU Athletics, and some big changes happening right now. Students in Brewster Hall are dealing with water damage after a flood earlier today. The flooding reportedly started from fire sprinklers going off on the 5th floor. Residents have been seen moving their water damaged belongings out of their rooms. One photo obtained by CitrusTV also shows a room filled with smoke. This news comes just weeks after a similar incident happened in Orange Hall.
And speaking of flooding, last night ESF lost power and heat across most of its campus. This led to slight flooding in Illick Hall, which you can see on your screen here. In-person classes before 10:30 were canceled, and faculty moved their classes online for the rest of the day. Illick Hall is offline for the entire day, and other buildings such as Bray, Walter, and Old Greenhouse have power. The rest of the buildings on campus have power as well.
Today, the Newhouse School announced its marshals and scholars for 2026.
The school marshals are seniors Stephen Labovich and Dylan Kujawski. There are also 14 scholars, including our own Cora Mayer-Costa. Congratulations, Cora. All 16 of these students will represent the Newhouse class of 2026 at this year's commencement ceremony.
And new details: an alleged accomplice in the Lockerbie bombing faced a judge this morning. The plane exploded over Scotland in 1988, killing 270 people, including Syracuse University students. Our Ben Bassick attended today's evidentiary hearing and has the story.
The third Libyan national charged in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103, which killed 35 Syracuse University students, appeared behind me in U.S. District Court this morning. Nearly 4 decades after the attack, all eyes turned to one key piece of evidence: the very confession of Abu Ajila Massoud. Transcripts show a Libyan official asking Massoud, quote, "Have you ever participated in the carrying out of any intelligence operations or of any other kind outside Libya?" Massoud responds saying, "Yes, I participated in a number of operations, among them the Berlin nightclub bombing and the Lockerbie airliner bombing." In 2024, the Libyan interviewer told the FBI he lost the video of Massoud's confession, leaving only the written transcript. Massoud's defense is looking to have the confession thrown out before trial, saying the statements were involuntary and coerced. They argue Massoud was abducted in post-revolution Libya, denied procedural rights, and forced to answer leading questions, fearing for himself and his family. The U.S. government countered that Massoud had a voluntary interview and his statements matched documented records. Another member of the Libyan intelligence service was convicted in a Scottish trial court for the state-sponsored attack back in 2001. Then, the Department of Justice spent decades reviewing evidence. Massoud entered U.S. custody in 2022 for allegedly building and delivering the bomb. Today, he sat silent while Scottish officials and family members of survivors filled the gallery. There'll be a series of pretrial motions over the next couple of months, with jury selection set for late August. From Washington, D.C., Ben Bassick, CitrusTV News.
Ben, thank you for that update. And the Inner Harbor Aquarium project has been shrouded in controversy ever since its announcement. Our Roman Verna gives us the latest on the timeline to opening day.
Tonight, the plan and timeline for the controversial Inner Harbor Aquarium are a little clear. County Executive Ryan McMahon kept his speech to what he says the aquarium will be and when it will open.
And in that spirit, we're getting ready to open later this summer in 2026. I'm very excited today to announce that we are inviting the students from across Central New York to help us name our aquarium.
McMahon adding that those names will be reviewed beginning in March before an expected August opening, and the selection process does not rule out a private sponsor for the building. McMahon was also joined by local school districts. East Syracuse Manoa Superintendent Dr. Donna DiCieto says the education opportunities are limitless.
Certainly we will all benefit and welcome this being another educational experience that we can engage just as we do with the most and as we do with the zoo.
And like the zoo, the aquarium plans to offer a multitude of species to see, over 250 across nearly 35 exhibits. And it was right behind me here at the Museum of Science and Technology in downtown Syracuse where McMahon not only announced the new fish coming to the aquarium, but also the plans for expanded tourism in central New York.
Certainly, we can just like anything, like we need more housing units, we need more hotel units, extended stay, short-term stay, and those things are starting to happen.
Those hotels include the Temple by Hilton, which plans to bring over 200 rooms to the Inner Harbor, alongside the existing Marriott Aloft. From the Museum of Science and Technology, Roman Verna, CitrusTV News.
Thank you so much, Roman. A lot of new things coming to Syracuse, and this is no different. A veteran banner program in Syracuse will now expand downtown. Mayor Sharon Owens announced the renewal of the Hometown Heroes banner program yesterday. These banners feature veterans or active duty loved ones on city street posts between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Each banner costs around $160 to be displayed for 3 years. The program started in Syracuse in 2024. This year has grown to include the streets of Clinton Square, MBT Bank Stadium, and Krause Avenue.
Multiple polls revealed drinking rates in the U.S. are at an all-time low. Our Ben Ross is live downtown to tell us how this impacts local restaurants. Ben, good evening.
Good evening, guys. U.S. alcohol consumption is at an all-time low, which is affecting local businesses like the Talking Cursive Brewery. I talked to co-owner Andrew Brooks, who says that the trend is true and that it's hurting business.
A lot of our accounts are buying less because they're selling less.
Rising costs and a growing focus on wellness are two factors that are driving this trend. And with drinking rates at a record low at 54%, Brooks says that shift is hurting local businesses and restaurants.
We've already lost 2 or 3 accounts this year that are closing, not just restaurants, but also bottle shops. Our main accounts.
At Daniela's Steakhouse in Syracuse, alcohol sales are declining as well. Owner Charlie Roman says people just aren't drinking a lot anymore.
Traditionally, you would find people would come in to go out dining. They'd go to the bar, they'd have a cocktail or two or drink before they would sit down and have dinner. This frequency is dissipated tremendously.
Roman says that compared to food sales, alcohol only makes up a small percentage of overall revenue.
Our food to alcohol sales are about 18% liquor, that's total wine, liquor, and beer, to our food sales, which is a very, very small percentage of our sales.
To combat the downward direction drink sales are headed, both owners say community is important to keep their doors open.
We're trying to create events, create memories, create a sense of belonging.
It's the personalities, it's our staff. We talk to every guest that comes in, and we're very personable, we're very intimate with our guests that come here.
And although sales are decreasing, both businesses say they're adapting and thriving. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ben. Onondaga Historical Association is putting on a film series based on the stories of Syracuse natives. Our reporter Perlene Deal has the story of a Syracuse basketball trailblazer.
On Tuesday night, Manly's Cinema had a showing of Let 'Em Know You're There, a documentary about Jim Tucker who led the Syracuse Nationals to an NBA title, being one of the first African Americans to do so.
Explores Jim's battle with Alzheimer's and how him and his wife Jan approach Alzheimer's. Jim couldn't really recall specific basketball accolades, but he remembered the people closest to him, his teammates, and some of his experiences up in Syracuse, like saving a young girl from a fire. And Jim had the fastest triple-double in NBA history. That record was broken 60 years later by Nikola Jokic.
This is the first in a film series between Onondaga Historical Association and Manlius Cinema. I interviewed the director of Onondaga Historical Association to tell us more. Take a look.
Onondaga Historical Association is observing the 250th of the United States. It is the semi-quincentennial year, and there are a number of histories of the Revolutionary War, as well as histories of fights for democracy and striding toward democracy in this community, from civil rights to women's rights to indigenous rights, environmental rights. And over the years, OHA has produced a number of films that are embedded with those themes. So over the next several months, we'll be sharing those films with the community.
Perline Diol, CitrusTV News.
Well, Cora, it's been pretty cold and snowy all day here on campus today.
Our Kate Tannenbaum has the current temperatures. Kate?
Thanks, guys. Right now it's 29 degrees, which is actually a lot warmer than what we've been feeling for the past couple weeks. But like you said, we did experience a lot of snow today. And by the time that's done, we're expecting to have between 1 and 3 inches accumulated on the ground. Now, as of right now, Onondaga County as well as Madison and Oneida counties are all under a winter weather advisory due to that snow that we've been experiencing throughout the day. So officials are urging residents from all 3 of these counties to watch out for dangerous road conditions like ice and low visibility, especially as we head into the evening, because that snow is going to continue and temperatures are going to drop to around 21 degrees. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Kate. Now to the latest on the New York gubernatorial race. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman has been chosen as the Republican candidate. He has been endorsed by President Donald Trump and promises to cut income taxes. Blakeman will face off against current Governor Kathy Hochul in November.
And Governor Hochul is announcing her plan to deal with fraudulent car insurance claims. She says these are what is bringing the cost of insurance up in New York State.
Hochul says there were over 43,000 incidents of suspected insurance scams this past year and over 1,700 staged crashes in 2023. She gives an example of this with the scenario she calls corrupted.
Imagine this. Your drunk driver crashes into somebody. They cause an accident, cause harm, and they're the ones who can recover fully.
Hochul plans to create legislation so anyone can seek criminal penalties against people who organize staged accidents. She is also partnering with district attorneys across the state for help. And coming up next on News Live at 6, representatives are reeling from U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi's testimony, what she said and who questioned her.
And a person has been released in the criminal case of Nancy Guthrie. Find out when News Live at 6 returns.
Women are bad with money.
It's what the world's been saying for centuries.
But now, we've got something to say. Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses.
It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement. So again, we say to that, save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
You know, instead of talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, who hopefully will die in prison, you should be talking about Irina Zarutska.
That was United States Attorney General Pam Bondi in today's hearing. The House is questioning the relationship between senior Trump officials and Jeffrey Epstein.
Bondi refuses to apologize for earlier redaction mistakes made when the files were released. The hearing lasted for 5.5 hours and ended with Bondi confirming pending investigations to the Trump administration. And now to the latest on the Nancy Guthrie case. Law enforcement officials detained a man for questioning last night following the release of new doorbell camera footage.
However, the man says he was released this morning from custody after questioning, saying he doesn't know who Nancy is, but he hopes the suspect is found soon.
The family is still desperately searching for their mother. The doorbell camera footage that you're seeing right now shows a person the FBI is looking for. Today's show host Savannah Guthrie writing in an Instagram post yesterday saying someone out there recognizes this person.
Anyone with tips is asked to contact 1-800-CALL-FBI, the number below on your screen.
When we come back, I'll have your 5-day forecast and more. Stick with us.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. We're looking at your 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we're going to be seeing some cloudy conditions with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 14. Those clouds are going to stick around on Friday for that high of 29 and a low of 24. But on Saturday, we might get to see some sun, and those temperatures are just going to keep climbing. We have a high of 36 and a low of 22. Sunday, we're getting into the 40s with a high of 42 and a low of 28. And on Monday, still in the 40s with a high of 40 and a low of 29. Now, I am so excited to finally be able to give you guys a forecast that's a little more mild than what we've been seeing throughout 2026 so far. especially as we head into Valentine's Day weekend. So if you want to take advantage of these warmer temperatures, here are some ideas for how you can spend your Valentine's Day. You can go ice skating either at the Tennessee Ice Pavilion or down in Clinton Square, or you can go out to dinner, walk around downtown, or you could either have a cozy night in, baking cookies, and watching romantic movies. Guys, back to you.
Definitely some nice ideas for Valentine's weekend there, Kate. Thank you so much. Well, this evening, an open forum Zoom meeting was hosted by the Syracuse University Senate for members of the community to ask questions.
Our Jess Hooten has the story and the details of those in attendance.
Thanks, guys. Without a doubt, the most frequently addressed subject from the attendees tonight was the fear of ICE agents on university property. Associate Vice President and Chief of Campus Safety and EMS Michael J. Bunker made it clear that there has been no ICE presence on campus, despite confusion and alarm amongst students. Bunker also claimed that ICE had not been to any U.S. school campuses, which received backlash from students, saying that the information was not true. In an article by ABC News, it detailed students who were arrested by ICE on Columbia University's campus back in April, which contradicts the statements made by Bunker. Many also wanted to know why the school-wide program Orange Alert was not used on Monday to reassure students that the agents on campus were not in fact ICE agents, but federal marshals investigating separate matters. Many spoke out about the struggles of international students regarding getting to class safely and feeling supported by the university. At the meeting, some brought up the recent name changes of the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to the Office of People and Cultures, as well as naming classes to comply with the Trump administration's initiatives targeting DEI programs earlier this school year. Other concerns focused on staff, including policy changes regarding faculty workload, which a follow-up is expected for in the next week. The next meeting is set for March 4th, where they are expected to address answers for the community. Our Nate Cunningham has what's next for sports. Nate, over to you.
For the first time ever, Syracuse men's basketball hosts California, but it's not all new for someone in particular. Stick around to find out.
Rolling.
Sound is speeding.
Can you slow down that, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Second time this season, Syracuse men's basketball hosts a former player. Welcome to sports. I'm Nathaniel Cunningham. Former Syracuse forward Chris Bell returns to the Salt City for the first time since joining the California Golden Bears. Since transferring out west, the senior is nearly averaging career highs in every statistical category. Bell's 13 points on 36% from deep has helped lead Cal to a 17-7 record, its most wins in a season since 2017. On the flip side, Syracuse is losers of 6 of their last 7, sitting at the bottom half of the ACC. If the Orange miss yet another March Madness trip, it'll be the longest streak since before my parents were born in the late 60s and early 70s. Game time is at 7 tonight. Catch us live at 11 for Orange Press Pass here on Citrus TV. Over to the turf, second-ranked Syracuse men's lacrosse swept ACC honors this past week. Attackman Joey Spallino won Offensive Player of the Week after a 4-goal, 5-assist performance against St. Joseph's. It's the second hat trick of the season and in the 21st of his career. McCool, on the other side, won Defensive Player of the Week honors after 12 saves in just 45 minutes. Spallino and McCool get tested Friday when the top team in the nation, Maryland, comes to town. Game time is at 6. Sticking with the sticks, Syracuse women's lacrosse's Emma Muchnick and Coco Vandiver have been added to the Tewaaraton Award watch list. The Tewaaraton Award goes to the top men's and female lacrosse players in the nation each year. Both Muchnick and Vandiver were preseason All-Americans and All-ACC members. The seniors led the Orange on the offensive and defensive side of the ball a year ago and look to take SU back to championship weekend. That starts by hosting '1 UNC on Friday. And in the NBA, despite a down year, the Pacers still continue to own the Knicks after a 137-134 overtime loss last night. It's New York's first overtime loss since, guess what? The Pacers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Pacers, who hold the worst record in the East, had lost 4 straight games but nailed 40% of their shots from downtown and added 30 assists. New York, however, shot 30% from beyond the arc, which included guard Jalen Brunson shooting 4 for 14 from deep. Good news is that New York gets a rare back-to-back tonight against the 76ers, but this one's going to come down to the paint. Mitchell Robinson, who's been dealing with a right knee injury, should play, while Joel Embiid for the 76ers is also dealing with a right injury and is a game-time decision. Tip-off is in just under an hour. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Nathaniel. When we come back, your wake-up weather.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. We're looking at your wake-up weather. When you are heading into work or class tomorrow morning, it's going to be around 22 degrees at 9 a.m., but there is a chance for some morning snow showers. However, hopefully that should all clear up by noon when it'll be 24 degrees, and then temperature should stay pretty in that range for the rest of the day, only going down to around 23 degrees by 6 p.m.
You know you're in Syracuse when that number 20 looks warm.
And you say only 23 degrees?
Exactly.
What have we gotten ourselves into, guys?
Yeah, I don't know. Going from -20 to 20 seems pretty warm as far as
Yes. Well, we do have some better news besides the frigid temperatures. There's one cookie chain making this Valentine's Day a little bit sweeter for all of us. Crumbl added a few new flavors and fan favorites to celebrate the holiday this week.
Now, the flavors that they do have is Dubai chocolate strawberry brownies, strawberry heart cakes, Valentine's M&M cookies, pink sugar cookies, and a Valentine's cake celebration cookie.
Wow.
That sounds like it's jam-packed with so much sugar right now.
That sounds like a stomach ache to me.
Too many words that you just
It was
said.
like all the keywords like Dubai, Kate. Now, I heard you tried it. What'd you think about it?
I think they tasted very good, but it gets really sweet really fast. You can't, I don't think you could eat it all in one go.
Oh, no, I checked the calorie size and it was over 1,000.
Oh
for
my
one?
goodness.
For one Dubai.
For one cookie.
How much is this
Wow.
running? Or my left? Did they need my pinky finger in order for a box of these cookies? Because this seems pretty expensive.
You might
for this
as
to
well.
buy
Listen,
chocolate.
it's actually, I feel like for a single, it's around in the $4 to $7 range.
$7 for a cookie?
Hey.
I'm okay.
Listen, if you're desperate.
Well, that's Citrus TV News live at 6/4 this Wednesday.
Don't forget, you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News. For the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Cora Mayer-Costa.
And I'm Lauren Holdmeyer. Have a wonderful evening, Syracuse.